We're about to. Good. So I'm JT. We have our full noodle right here. This more or less replicates tissue, not exact analog, but close enough. Spending a bunch of money on pork skin and so forth. So this would be bear skin, bear flesh, etc. Training Karambit here, going off of what Karambit and Leish covered and what some other previous instructors have covered. We're going to run some cutting test, not so much test, but technique test with fixed blade, and this is a Duraspina Model 10. I think this one is CPM 154 stainless steel. This is an older Tyranny 511 tactical folder. I really like these as far as folders go. John Baggett modification, so it's an improvised wave, works well. And a Fox Karambit, and I can't remember if this is a Mercaida model or not. So I don't recall. Anyhow, they make multiple models. So we're looking at Karambits deployed, typically reverse grip, single edge. Traditional models double edge, just like this Tyranny trainer. So right here, this Steve Tyranny tactical. So I see double edge, inside edge, outside edge, forward grip, so you can punch with it. Reverse grip, which is what we're going to work with. It's typically what you see. So inside cut, outside cut. Ring locks in before the second knuckle pinched in. Once you extend, and we're going to come right here, I'm going to snap for a back cut, and that was number 3. You can actually see with a little bit of a flick, we'll come in a little closer, you can see this cut. You can see there's no other cuts on there, so we'll pick another spot. So here, we'll hit another angle. This is a 1 going to a 7. So here, you can see it's a much nastier cut right there. There's a cut and a tear. So we can do the inside there, and you can see that's cut. That's basically hooked and tearing out. You can punch with it, rip out, hook, and you can see how much damage that's done. So if somebody argues, we see in judgments all there, or there, that was a better kit. That kind of staggered down a little bit with that cut too. You can sink it in as well. So anybody that argues that those flaking cuts aren't dangerous is wrong. You can see where it's staggered and cut down there. So there's another nasty cut. Now, you don't have the ability to do back cuts with this, but you have the ability to rip with it. So there's your rip. Right there. Again, I don't work with Karambits as much. So there's a rip there. There's a rip there. Pick another spot, we'll flip it over. So there, you can see hooked, dug in and tore in. Punched all the way in. Rip there and rip there, rip there. You can see it's cutting, but it's also like a cat's claw. It's digging chunks out of it. And that's what I was trying to get at before. Your ring and how it fits your hand will help with the turns, with your flick motion. So the way the edge is aligned with the target helps as well. Some of these Karambits are a bit less pointed on that edge, that outward curve, or the actual blade itself. This is more like a cat's claw here. So we can either do there, you can see cut, dug in like a cat's claw and hooked, or we can, there, that tore, ripped there and tore all the way up, and tore all the way out. That should give you some idea of what you can do with a Karambit. Now, is it a perfect knife? Absolutely not. So what I normally carry, for instance, allows you to do that. But there's certain trade-offs you get with a Karambit. The ability to be able to hold, the ability to be able to grab, the ability to be able to reach around and cut. and positions and in angles you can't work with here. So if we were working with Bob, we're going to do this with a trainer. I have the ability to draw out of here, hook and rip. Hook and rip. So even if we were working here, driving arms down, up of a waist lock, I've got an underhook, head's driven in, I can still cut and rip out, cut and rip, cut and rip. There's things I can do, even if he's doing wrist control, like we're doing Greco-Roman wrestling, we're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from a stand-up position, or even working judo, where I can still get in and rip. Get in, even if he's got wrist control here, to flick out and cut and drag. So, everything has pros and cons. It's not necessarily that one knife is better than the other. It's just that with short fixed blades, you have options, but you don't necessarily have the same kind of options. I don't have the ability with a clinch pick of that retention. The upside to it is, I also don't have to worry about somebody hooking on a finger, potentially grabbing, depending on how they grab the blade or how they hook, and snapping a finger. So again, trade-offs. I'm JT, hope you enjoyed this little demo.